Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to Zero Tolerance TV. ZT here. And this is going to be the next game in Group B. This is BoxeR versus Diviner. So it should be fun, I think. I'm trying to remember what Diviner's race is. I can't remember. But BoxeR, obviously, the legendary Terran player. Basically relevant from, like, the first tournaments that were being played. I'm not exactly sure, but obviously pretty early on. This is from 2001, so only at most 3 years into Brood War, but really probably more 2. To remember correctly, Brood War was released in November of 1998. Which seems kind of insane. I was the ripe old age of 7 and absolutely fell in love with these games. Okay, looks like Diviner is a Zerg player, so Terran vs Zerg on Jungle Story should be a good one. This is definitely, I think, one of the, probably the best matchup. I mean, today I would say it's the best matchup to watch. Although myself as a Protoss player, I probably prefer PvT. But still a really fun matchup, and kind of always has been. Definitely more aggressive during these days. You're going to see a lot of proxy barracks and stuff like that. Just bunker rushing poor Zergs, but Zergs have some pretty crafty shenanigans they can get up to themselves. So we got Diviner in the bottom right and BoxeR top right, so close positions. Probably better for BoxeR. Definitely an aggressive player. If you have followed the games of his on channel, you've seen mostly some really technical one-base builds, which are pretty cool. I enjoyed his games. I think, his game versus Nara was really entertaining. Definitely check that one out if you haven't. No One Is Safe is what it's called. I think the most watched video on the channel, so that's a pretty good one to go ahead and take a look at if you haven't seen it already. I won't spoil it, but it's a very entertaining game. So this one here, nothing crazy happening yet. Diviner getting lucky with his Overlord scouting. He is going top right first, so that's pretty good for him. Man, there's some shiny jackets. But no spawning pool like that. And actually no hatch yet either. No gas for either player. But a barrack started, and I believe this SCV is just for scouting. Very doubtful that BoxeR is going to be expanding quite yet. And there is the hatchery in main, so it's going to be a macro hatch first. Definitely seems to be in vogue for 2001. And second barracks started for BoxeR, also very common at this point. Especially for a player like BoxeR. Now that second SCV is not exactly common. It's good if you really want to know where your opponent is. So, kind of expecting BoxeR to do something at least a little aggressive here with that. Spawning pool started, and looks like that's a gas taken as well on the bottom right. Yeah. Oh, sorry, on the top. Yeah, extractor started, so see what the plan is with that gas right away. Could just be for speed and then an expansion. Could be, you know, could be a layer on one base. You never know, man. It's 2001. So the first Marine's being produced, and still no gas from BoxeR. Finally taking it now, but pretty late for him. So I'm not expecting any sort of vulture rush or anything like that. And BoxeR scouting now, finding Diviner. Sorry, I almost said Starboy. I think he says hi. Can't exactly read it, but I think that's what he said. I do like, I mean, I think the players should be able to speak with each other. Here's something not completely off topic, but one of the things that kept me watching League of Legends pro games was when emotes came in. I just thought it's hilarious to see the players emoting at each other. Yeah, I can't say I watch much anymore, but it was pretty entertaining. I was always impressed at how much money Team Liquid can spend and then consistently not do well. It was like it's like a meme at this point, honestly. How many excellent European players can we import and then have played like complete trash on our team? It's a good question. Like, I think Bwipo is probably the best example. Is in Europe and is amazing, comes to NA and just plays like a complete idiot. Throws so many games. It was beautiful. Anyway, League of Legends talk over. Do see still on one base, and there is the Spire for Diviner. So, pretty quick Muta is what I'm guessing. BoxeR still on one base as well. We did see a factory started for him, so he's teching up, but a pretty decent amount of Marines being made. Not entirely sure on what the comp is going to be here, but with the machine shop, probably... Well, I mean, it could be vultures with upgrades. Those are pretty good against Zerglings. But I would expect siege tanks. Medics popping out here as well to keep the bio nice and healthy. And BoxeR says hi back. Yeah, just some nice manner between these two. Starport started, as well as the eBay. So BoxeR going to be getting his upgrades going. Especially attack upgrades for Marines are just really good. When all of your basic units get to shoot, but only a couple of them are getting hit, it's yeah, usually attack upgrades are pretty nice. This is a huge base in the middle. This is just a straight up double base. 2 gas and so many mineral patches. I have to think if it's a mine out, whoever got that mid base won. Okay, science facility halfway done here. A little late on the upgrades, kind of. This may have been meta back then, but generally you want to be finishing your science facility so that you can get up to like +2. That is a nicer timing for that, but this was not a game where BoxeR made a ton of early turrets, so, and obviously no expansion yet, so it kind of makes it look off for us in the year 2023. Just to date the video real quick. So it's Mutiling for Diviner. I'd like to see what his supply is. Looks like he's actually supply blocked at the moment. Needs more overlords. Is that Carrot? Yeah, that's Kerrigan on the wall. That's kind of cool looking. Back when her story arc still made sense. Those were good days. So BoxeR has been teching up. I'm wondering when he wants to expand. Diviner has done that. Looks like he's taken that base to the left of his main. And about halfway done. So we'll be getting that soon. There's a gas at this base, so it's got everything the Zerg wants. 6 minerals, not a big deal. They don't really care. So we're just about that gas. Hydrogen started. Perhaps for some lurkers. I mean, BoxeR really has not been moving out. If he stays on one base long enough, you could try something like a lurker contain. With siege tanks, though, it's kind of tough. So we'll see what the plan is with that. Science vessels and siege tanks are pretty good at pushing through lurkers. Muta's flying around looking for something to do, but really not much for them to hit on the map right now. BoxeR just staying inside. He's really, he's like a spring, you know. He's pushing down and he's coiling up. I think he wants to kind of explode out and kill Diviner. That, or he is just settling in for a really late game sort of strategy. You know, be safe, macro up, get another base soon, and just keep producing units and win out through better macro and decision making in the long run. I think that's what's kind of dangerous about BoxeR is he's got these builds that are really powerful and he can execute them super well, so you have to be terrified of him on one base, but he also had very good macro. So it's like, which BoxeR am I going to see today? Am I just going to get cheesed out? Is he going to just one-base me every game? Or is he going to macro? And being able to do that is just so powerful. It's all the really best players, the absolute highest level players, you see stuff like that. Where, you know, I guess in Brood War today, someone like, I'm trying to think of his name. It's not Sulky. Sulky's definitely, he's more of a grind you out type. Soma? I can't remember who I'm thinking of, but there's a Zerg that's pretty active today that it's really the same. It's like, he is pretty cheesy. Like half his games maybe end up with some pretty cheesy plays, but the other half games he's just crushing you with insane macro. So players like that are just super dangerous. Now the mutas are flying into the main here of BoxeR. Sees some turrets and immediately runs. Some Stim Marines were on their way to help those turrets out. Now it looks like there's a bit of a weakness up at the top here, and with these Lings coming into the main, there might actually be a decent fight here for Diviner to take. But in the meantime, BoxeR's army is here. They run into, these Marines run into a couple lurkers. It's actually 5 lurkers. I'm not sure he can really attack into that. And in the meantime, Diviner's attack is going really well, so this is just not working out for BoxeR at all. His move out is being really, really punished. Now he did stim in here and try to fight, and it looks like he's actually broken through all those lurkers, so this is going to be a base trade scenario. Pretty crazy, actually. I didn't think this is how the game would go. It was such a serene, peaceful opening, but now both players are really just destroying the other's base right now. So BoxeR lifting up his buildings, pulling them over towards his SCV line, but there's nothing there to fight for the SCVs. And some bio left, but I don't think there's enough. Maybe there is. There's actually a decent number of Marines, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8. There's about 1 control group of Marines. If he can target these lurkers down and does end up killing them both before any Marines die, so it's definitely going to be a kill on this base here. But what can BoxeR do at home? It looks like his base might die as well. Not quite, though. These SCVs, there's a bunker there, probably with enough Marines in it to fight off. And it's going to be tough for the mutas to really do much against all these turrets. Diviner has to settle for killing these depots off, but he just lost his base. All his tech is dead, and these 2 hatcheries are about to die. He's basically been completely reset, so he is in, I think, a much worse position. This game was super close, though. Very close. I think if maybe, like, even if Diviner had just spread his lurkers a little better so that they have, you know, they all shoot at once when the Marines come in and they can't just get targeted down right away, he might have actually won this game. He may have been able to defend that, but I think looking at this game right now, BoxeR is in a pretty huge advantage. His army mostly survives here. A lot of medics are going to be running home, and that 1 control group of Marines is a decent number. And Diviner does have this base here, but that's all he's working with. He's got 1 sun colony, and his spawning pool is currently morphing, excuse me. So really not much going on for him, and BoxeR, I think most importantly, was able to keep his tech, so his starport lived, and his science facility lived too, so he's going to be able to continue upgrading. I think the eBay probably lived, and he's able to build medics still, since the academy was at the back of his base. The main thing he lost was, I think, the depots. Also lost barracks, it looked like. He was rebuilding some barracks below his mineral line, but those are just 150 minerals, not a huge deal. Yeah, Diviner, on the other hand, lost his lair and just all his tech buildings, so he's pretty reset here. Pool is done now, so I think the lair was remorphing. It's just going to be so late, and at this point, you know, the economy is better for BoxeR. He's got more SCVs. Yeah, he's also got he's got more mineral patches, so his saturation is better. He'll probably mine out first, but even if he does without taking a different expansion, he can just float that CC, and the CC over at his natural is started now, so I think BoxeR is in a great position to take this one. How can he lose? That's a question. I don't know. Maybe if Diviner can drag this one out like really long, and he can get to that, like, basically if he gets to Defilers with Plague. I just don't see that though. BoxeR is too good of a player to let that happen. I think he's gonna find this base and kill it before we see Defilers. I know that's like a pretty, that's probably a pretty hot take, you know, like, but I think that is what's going to happen. Even build double eBay. So the engineering bay did go down in that attack, but those upgrades are now on their way with double eBay. So he's going to have pretty nice upgrades too. I'd like to see BoxeR build basically Science Vessel Bio, and yeah, just go win the game. Does have a dropship with Marines. I believe there's a medic or two in there as well. We saw it loading up, but I wasn't paying too much attention. Okay, and Diviner's plan here is a Spire. Yeah, I guess it's as good a plan as any, but BoxeR has scouted the base and is now dropping it. First Marine is not even going to die because apparently medics out-heal the DPS from one sunk. And the sunk is actually dead now, and soon to follow are all of Diviner's drones, it seems. So yeah, we should be seeing GG in a moment here, but honestly Diviner almost won this one. I kind of thought he was going to for a little bit. Lurker does finish and burrows, so looks like he'll probably regain control of this base. But more drones dying. Lurker runs forward, gets burrowed. There's a scan here, but there's just no DPS to kill that. That's a little bit silly from BoxeR. Probably should have just picked up that Marine and left. But it does pick up the medic and will be leaving with that. And in the meantime, this bio army for BoxeR is on its way. And, you know, BoxeR doesn't know this, but we know, and Diviner knows. There's nothing else. This is what he's got. And there's going to be an eraser on his drones. And there we go. GG from Diviner. But yeah, I really want to, like, the game went on after. Obviously, the end of the game was when BoxeR broke Diviner's base, but in a different world, with maybe some Zerglings at home or something, Diviner wins that game. So he really, you know, nearly took out BoxeR there, but he didn't. So BoxeR, I think, is now 3-0 in this group and will almost certainly be moving on. And I hope you join me for those games as well. Have a good one.